Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and today I will be explaining the process to become a volunteer at Houston Physicians Hospital. To begin the process, you will want to search up houstonphysicianshospital.com, and then whenever you hover over Contact Us tab, there will be a sub-tab that says Volunteer Application, and you will want to click on that. This will bring you to the volunteer application page where it briefly explains the requirements such as vaccines and age requirements. Clicking on the volunteer job description button, this will bring you to another page that you will need to read, sign, and save to attach onto your application later on. Going back, you will then need to click on the volunteer application button, which will send you to a form. This form will ask you your basic information, reasons why you would like to volunteer at Houston Physicians Hospital, where you would like to volunteer, clinical, administrative, or both, what days you're available, and then any extra information you would like to add, if you're a student, if you're employed, and then there's a few more personal questions. Scrolling down, there is also a list where you can check off which vaccines you have and if you consent to a background check and a drug screening test. Once you finish with that, you may attach the volunteer job description form that you've signed, read, and saved. And then you can click Send me my responses and then submit. An email should follow your submission right after. And the next step would be beginning the background check stage. An email should be sent to you with a link to begin the background check by Yvette, and you would just accept the invitation. And then when you click accept the invitation, you will be brought to this page and then just click begin. First things first, you will just fill out your basic information, your name, address, email address, etc. And then click continue. Click start, and now we will begin the checking stage. It should only take 10 to 25 minutes. Now click next. The first section you will complete will be about your education, the school name, address, etc. When completed, click next. Next section is employment. If you're currently employed, click the Add button. If you are not employed, you can click the Next button. Now, the next few steps will be for people who are currently employed, so you may skip forward if this does not apply to you. Alright, so we will begin by filling out your employment information such as the name, position, and starting date. And then there will be a box in case if you want your employer to be contacted or not. Then when you're finished filling out the employment information, click Save and then click Next. Following the employment section is the credentials section. If you have any credentials, you may click the Add button and move on. If not, click the Next button. Moving on is the internal education section. Save for the credentials section, click Add if you have any, or click Next if not. After those sections are complete, double check by making sure they are all highlighted in green and not red. If it is red, then please go back and complete that section. After making sure everything's complete, click Next. Following that, there will be a series of statements for you to read and sign off on. There's a few statements about your rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Once you've read it, check the box and click Next. Read the statement about disclosing your background investigation, sign, and check the box. Then click Next. Then the last signature page will be this one, and again, sign and check the box, then click Next. The last bit of information you will need to fill out is on this page. It asks for your birth, social security, and driver's license information. When you're done, click Next. And last but not least, you have finally completed your background check. Click End Session to finalize it all. And when you've submitted the background check, you will receive an email notifying your submission. Following the background check, which was needed to verify if you are fit to be a volunteer at HPH, you will set a date where you and the manager of the department will have an interview. In this interview, you may be asked things such as, why do you want to be a volunteer at Houston Physicians Hospital? What are your career goals? What are your strengths and weaknesses? During the interview, you may also ask questions to the manager such as, what duties would I have in this position? After your interview, the manager will contact you and let you know if you have been approved to move forward. If you are approved to move forward, the next step is making sure you have all the vaccines required. If you don't have all the vaccines required, Deborah, our infection preventionist, will contact you and set up a meeting to get all of your records and vaccines. Deborah will also be giving you Houston Physicians volunteer orientation packets and forms. As an update to our process, we have updated our orientation to be shorter and more efficient for all of those involved. You will need to read through all of these pages and then scroll to the bottom where we have a few pages for you to sign. This next packet is about our orientation, and this packet is to confirm that we've received all your vaccines, and if you haven't already signed and submitted this document, you may do that as well. Once you've signed them all, you may return the signed pages to Deborah, and as soon as you get confirmation from your manager, Yvette and Deborah, that everything is submitted, you may set the first day of your volunteer with your manager and begin. Congrats on becoming a new Houston Physicians Hospital volunteer. We all hope that you enjoy your time here, and thank you so much for applying.